So the more you love a woman, the less you should show it. And the reason why I say this is not to be an avoidant. The reason why I say this is because nowadays society is raising kids that are very distant from each other. They don't really express their emotions well. They're not good with socializing, and a lot of them are get a little are looking for more short term type of things. The thing with women is that the way to get around that, because it's more of a hookup culture, which is fine, but the way to get around that is to keep them guessing. And sometimes the more you love them, the more you say how you feel. And a woman's kryptonite is not knowing how you feel, right? So today we're going to be reacting to one of my older videos. And these older videos, I made them in the women's channel, but I was watching it today and I just found it so relatable, guys, that I just had to react to it. And if you guys enjoyed this type of reaction, click in the description down below and hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, because this video will illuminate to you a lot of things about female nature and about human nature that will expand your awareness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Luciferian Alex segment where I review my older videos, especially the controversial videos that I've made in the past, and see what I think of them right now. Okay, this one is about the more you love them, the less you should show it. Okay, and I like to think I made this video during a time when I was meeting people online, and I didn't realize I was just getting exposed to online dating. And the truth is that online dating is not the place for consistency. You know, you could hear people getting some relationships out of it, but you always hear about people winning the lottery as well. Like I have a friend of mine, John Paulino, my homie, and he got a relationship from Tinder. But I wouldn't count on it, people, okay? Hey, John. So yeah, let's watch this video. We'll see what I think about it. And hopefully I agree with what I'm saying, man, because the title is not good. For attraction.org, trying to survive while I make this video. So look, man, let's talk about the more you love them, the less you should show it. It's a little unfortunate that this is the point where we've gone to with human beings, but we're all consistently reminded. Jesus Christ, look at that beard, bro. No wonder somebody thought I was homeless one point. There was one time this lady who I was drinking coffee in Mexico, and I'm drinking my coffee, and all of a sudden something dropped in my coffee, like a 25 peso. I'm like, who the and it was like a client. It was like somebody who watched my channel, and they were like, oh my God, is that you, Alex? I'm like, yeah, it's me. And why you put that in my drink? And she was like, I thought you were homeless. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's the morning. I'm tired. Like, I'm just drinking my coffee. Then she was like, just the way you look. I'm like, oh my God damn it. I was like, all right, don't worry about it. And it went like that. But yeah, let's keep listening. Of this sort of, unfortunate part of life, but we sort of don't pay attention to it because we're so distracted with other things and our own desires. But just pay attention to this, man. Haven't you noticed that the nicer you are to somebody that you love, the more conditional love you try to give, the more they take it for granted. And the problem with that is that giving unconditional love is fine when it's the first time with a person, right? What you got to do once you give it is not give more, right? It's like double texting. Don't be double loving, all right? Give and wait for them to give in return. And the reason why is because you don't give to get anything in return. That's not the point, right? But when you don't know the person, you got to see whether or not this person wants to give. Because giving in return is not just the fact that they're giving and it's equaling out. You know what I'm saying? It just shows how they feel about you. Once you know they love you, then you can stop stop keeping track, because now you know they like you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was reading this lady. This one person said that happy couples don't do 50-50, like 50-50 effort. They said that sometimes happy couples, one is doing 60 and the other one is doing 40. And if my husband is doing 30, then I'm gonna do 70, right? Because once you develop that trust, then you can support the person when they need it, right? But when you don't trust that this person loves you, then you gotta be a little bit more careful. And so many people give their love like it's a fucking free turkey on Thanksgiving. It's like, what are you doing?
And I don't know what it is about us,
But for some reason, we see this in our lives, and we just hope that the next one, it doesn't. We just hope that the next time this happens, it works. You know, it reminds me of like playing the slot machines, right? How when you play the slot machines, you keep losing.
Oh my
but
God, Father Alex is a gambler.
The only reason why you keep playing is because you're remembering that one time you won, right? And so the only reason why a lot of people just keep giving unconditional love is not because it works, but because it's more of an addiction, and in reality you're just rationalizing doing it again because you can't control yourself.
That's some real shit right there. That's some real shit right there, man. Okay. I gotta give my old self some props, man.
This is a compulsion, a pure compulsion, and that's why it's easier to give advice than to take it, because what most people are operating under is not something logical, because they know that by showing a lot of interest logically, it gets a person to like them, but more out of an emotional place, a selfish place, where you want what you want. You're not aware how you could potentially be turning off that person.
It's like when Will Smith wanted to marry Jada, and he was so obsessed about marrying Jada that he didn't care whether or not she wanted to get married. Right? I think we could find it. Let me see. Will Smith, Jada Smith, married. Right? I think there's a video where they talk about it. How they didn't want to get married. Where is it? Let's see. Okay. Because she was pressure. There you go.
And I was so upset that I had to have a wedding. I was so pissed. I went crying down the freaking aisle.
Oh, getting married.
Married. Cried the whole way.
Right? And that is pretty much that. Like, how could you get married with someone who doesn't want to get married? And he talked about how, look, the thing, where's the part?
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
I was under so much pressure, you know, being a young actress.
And the thing is, she's not kidding. I know he's laughing, but she's not kidding. Like, people call her a narcissist, and I get it. I get why people call her a narcissist. But then you also have to understand how neglected she's been as a wife. Will Smith wanted her to be a wife, and so that he could be the great man in front of people. And without him knowing that she also wanted to be in the spotlight too. So what does she do? Now to be at the spotlight, she fucking trashes him. You wanna know why? Because he never paid attention to her. He was only doing things for himself. Jesus Christ. I feel, honestly, people don't like her, but I genuinely feel like she's also, Will Smith is also here a perpetrator. And he's doing what I'm telling you, of wanting something real badly and not looking at whether or not the other person wants it. All right, let's keep listening to my video. All right, what's the part that he says, wait.
Young, and I was just like pregnant. I was just like, I didn't know what to do, but I just knew. I was like, I never wanted to be married.
Jada was sick. She was very unpleasant. Wouldn't cope. I thought she was sick. She didn't cooperate with anything.
You were 6 months pregnant at the wedding.
No, I was
How many?
3 months.
3 months pregnant.
Yep, look at that. Look. Because he had dreams of having a family.
Anything other than being married. It wasn't a day in my life that I wanted anything other than being married and having a family.
Wow.
From like,
Well, thank the good Lord.
literally 5 years old, I was picturing what my family would be.
Wow.
You know, and he just didn't pay attention to what everyone wanted. He was just all about me. Let's keep listening to this, man.
It's almost like going to somebody and because you think you have the best mixtape, you get in their face and you say, hey bro, check out this mixtape, it's the best. But you don't know from this person's perspective that you're just invading and being pushy. And that's how a lot of you, that's what happens when you try to get love by giving love. That it comes across like you're doing it for a reason, and people just don't react to it positively. They actually get turned off by it, you know? So, as a result of it, if you actually analyze your goddamn life, analyze the relationship with your kids and your work and your job, the more somebody shows how dependent they are on you, the more they take you for granted. For example, let's say you had a job. Think about sports, the superstars. The most arrogant players are the ones that know that they can't be replaced. So they act arrogant.
James Harden. Well,
you know? And why is that? Because they know to the franchise, they're worth everything, so you can't kick me out. So they act arrogant. Which is how it is. When you show the person how much you need them, how much you really depend on them, you gotta realize that people are always secretly looking for power. People, and anytime somebody serves you, they don't serve you by choice. They serve you because they have to. But people are constantly looking for power. And as soon as you give them that power by validating them without them working for it, validating them consistently, they're gonna grow arrogant. You know, it's almost like having a child and you give them everything. The child is gonna grow arrogant and disrespect you.
And so they're gonna break the rule of never outshine the master, where they feel like just because you're treating them well, that don't mean that they can't get got, right? And they call this, Robert Greene in the 40 Laws of Power talks about that, how when somebody has the king's favor, a lot of times they get executed. The king's favor or teacher's pet, a lot of times they get executed because they let the power get to their heads. And we sort of do that with partners where we make them our favorites. They know it, and so they start taking advantage of it. It's not all of them. Don't get me wrong. It's not all of them, but it happens a lot. And this usually happens when you guys are not meant to be together. Seriously, like when they don't really love you, but they like you, but they don't really love you. That usually happens. But when two people really love each other, this type of power, corrupting of power doesn't really occur that much.
Why? It's not that you neglect the child, but that from time to time you show a little coldness. From time to time you show that somebody's looking. What are you looking at, people? Stop looking. See how they looking? From time to time you show that coldness, and from time to time you whip him from time to time, right? You give him the fear of God.
Oh.
And what's gonna happen is that the next time that kid tries to fuck up, he's gonna remember that feat of coldness that you gave him in the past, and he's gonna behave. You know, he's gonna know, shit, I'll get fucked up if I fuck up again, right? But we're not asking you to beat people up. What we're saying is that, unfortunately, the more you love the person, the more you have to control that compulsion to show love. Because it's almost like when you drink water when you're thirsty. When you drink water when you're thirsty, you don't notice you drank the whole bottle until you drank the whole bottle. But when you're not thirsty and you're being forced to drink water, you don't drink that much. In fact, it feels so forceful. It's the same way, is that when you're super in love with somebody, you don't notice how much you're demanding from them. You don't notice how much interest you're showing. You really don't.
People, I was such a weird looking guy. Just look at that. Don't I look weird looking? Like, it's almost like my face just hasn't come together yet. I don't know.
You lose a certain level of self-awareness when you love somebody. You really do. You lose yourself because you're trying to. You finally see an image of the person who you always wanted to be, because this person loves you, and so you sort of like your desire narrows the scope of your vision, and so you're so happy to get this thing, which is this relationship, that you sort of are not aware of how you're coming across. So that's why I'm telling you, people, it's better to be known as somebody cold in the beginning than warm up, than hot in the beginning and always hot. Like, because then when you warm up, it feels earned, you know? So it's like, you gotta remind people that they gotta work for you, man. That you have to constantly be reminding people that you can't be taken for granted. And the way you remind them is by not validating how much you love them. Even though you really want to tell them how much you really love them, you keep it to yourself, you know? It's better for him to wonder whether or not you actually love him.
It's easier said than done. This really takes discipline. because every fiber of your being is gonna want to tell that you love this person, especially if you're a needy person, right? And this self-control goes a long way, but it does require a certain level of self-control.
Then for him not to wonder that, because again, people just think that if the person feels like you don't love them, if you don't constantly show the person how much you love them, people think that they're gonna lose interest. That's just your own insecurities, man. That's you. That's just you. If you really pay attention, whenever you like someone, that's what you think. So in reality, it's just your own insecurities. You know, just think about that. It's just that you think that he doesn't like you. That's what's going on. You know, you think he doesn't like you.
This also applies to men, right? It's just that when you think she doesn't like you, you tend to act needy. So you can see how not knowing creates a needy behavior, right? Not knowing makes people chase more, and it does work. Put them in a state of not knowing, and they'll express themselves more, and it'll prevent you from overextending yourself.
Because if you know he likes you, when you like someone, you can withstand the thought of them not liking you. In fact, when you like someone, the thought of them not liking you is torturous, and actually makes you like them more. Oh shit, that's never a good idea. Does that make sense, people? It's unfortunate, but that's how it is, man. The more you love someone in your life, the more you keep that shit to yourself. You know, and it's not to be mean, you know, but it's for their own good. It's for their own good, because once you give them that validation, it activates something inside of them, man. People would,
and it's only activated when they don't really like you. When they like you, what that does is that it makes them like you more, and you could almost see that as a test. But the problem is that too many people tell their love too early. You know, they tell their love a little bit too early. You want to wait a little bit longer. You either wait a little longer or wait for them to tell you. And if it's been 3 months and they haven't told you, I think it's better that you tell them, so that they could reject you if they don't really love you, so that you can move on. Because nothing's worse than being with someone who you love and they don't love you back. Saying I love you will give you clarity. Now, you know what I'm saying? I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I'm only talking about this from a place of not wasting your time.
just begin to take you for granted, and they, you know, it's not even their fault. You know, you caused it. A lot of times we cause people to take us for granted. All right. So yeah, man, that's how it is, man. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, and I totally agree with Dusty Alex, because I look pretty dusty right there. I totally agree with it. In the beginning, keep it to yourself in the beginning, and let them find out through your behavior. You know, be someone who speaks through their actions and not their words, and people will be more receptive to the signals that you send to them. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. I don't know how old this video is. This has to be like 4 years old or something like that. It kind of shocks me. We're in 2024. It doesn't feel like it's 2024. Like, I couldn't believe. I'm like, 2024, really? Yeah, man. We're getting up there, people. Yeah, man. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Alright guys, so I want you guys to check out my online course called Dark Game. That's right, people, Dark Game. And this course is pretty much, I review to you the secret tactics, the secret techniques to create attraction in almost any woman, right? But not just attraction to the point that makes her want to see you all the time, where she's the one initiating all the contact, right? Now just imagine to be able to keep all of the girls in your life that you lost because of your stupidity. Imagine, and I had stupidity too. Imagine being able to keep them. Imagine being able to have 5, 6 women available to you, wanting to see you. Imagine being able to create intense relationships where they're all doing all the work. People, that kind of stuff does exist, people. Now, I'm not gonna promise you that you're gonna bang like 40, 50 women. I'm gonna promise you that you're gonna be able to keep the women you have, that you get with. I can promise you that keeping them will increase with this course. But let me keep showing you something. This course is pretty huge, people. It's a huge course. This course has over 50 videos. 50 videos, right? And some of them you could get for free. If you just sign up, you get free videos, right? But in these videos, let me show you guys the course, right?
All right,
Oh
guys.
shit. That's me right there, right? In this video, I pretty much teach you guys how to find your purpose. Right? All this is how to find your purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I teach you guys then about female psychology, all of the principles about female psychology you guys need to understand. I then teach you guys the mindset, the proper mindset that you guys need to deal with women. After that, I teach you guys 21 videos on how to game. I mean, it's pretty much unbelievable, man. I gotta make this available, right? But it's unbelievable how many I pretty much put everything: outer game, social circuit game, strategies, threesomes, foursomes, everything, right? And on top of that, I give you guys a few bonuses: how to overcome approach anxiety, why you can't take actions, a Dickens pattern to change your mentality, how to go from open to transitions, right? 81-minute long, people. This is like, I don't know how long this is, but this is hours, and I mean hours worth of content. And you get a 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, you without questions asked. All for $99, people. People, this could be around a few thousands, to be honest with you, right? But you guys get it for $99, right? All you gotta do is just go over here, purchase the course, and you'll get access to it. And if you don't like it, you could just message me and get your money back, people. Look, man, don't be hard-headed, people. Don't be hard-headed. This is the course that you guys need, right? It gives you guys everything. I cover everything. I could promise you, man, you're not gonna get a more in-depth course on how to attract women and keep them more than this. All right. Anyways, people, check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. There is no risk, and you can get the free course. You can get the free trial. The free trial are these videos that you get for free, right? You guys could just sign up. You could watch all of these videos for free, right? And you don't have to pay, all right? Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. I want to see you guys inside because, again, people, you can't lose nothing. There's a 30-day money back